Speaking of giving, we are in a special time of the year starting this Sunday all the way through December 31st, where we are going to celebrate what God did in our church and what God will do through our church this coming year through the Christmas offering. The Christmas offering is designed to help us ready the resources and prepare for what God has for us this coming year. We believe that there's huge opportunities coming up down the pike, and we're hoping for January through Easter to be ready to follow Jesus and complete those opportunities. And here's the thing about an opportunity. The good ones go by quick. And when God presents an opportunity this year, we don't want to be like scrambling, like, hey, how do we get this done? No, we want to be ready, poised, and run full speed ahead at whatever Jesus calls us to do this year. And so we have a God-sized goal for our Christmas offering. And here's what the goal is. $50,000. And I know that's a big number for a church our size. But here's why we have this goal. One, we believe in a big God and that he can do big things in and through you. And two, we want to, again, be ready for what God's going to call us to do as a community and as individuals this coming season. And 30 of that $50,000 will go towards finishing off our Kids Center Phase 1 remodel that's happening in the hall. You might have walked down the hallway and saw a bunch of blue tape strips on the wall, some walls that are half painted. There's rooms with big new doorways. I don't know what we call them, but they're like pass-through rooms now. That's our new check-in lobby to make it bigger space for more people to be able to come through the Kids Center. Again, the whole point of this Christmas offering is designed to help us be ready for whatever opportunities that God has called us to this year. And one of those opportunities is new families. There will be new families who come to our church this spring who do not have a relationship with Jesus Christ. And we want their kids to interact with our leaders in our classrooms and find Jesus and follow Jesus through our kids' programs. We want their parents to be able to come into the auditorium and experience all that God is doing in our church and hopefully help them find and follow Jesus. So one of the many opportunities is completing our kids' renovation room. Now, each week of the Christmas offering, we are going to share what God has done in our community this year with something special. And so I'm going to invite my wife to the stage. Yes, she is my wonderful, lovely wife, and I did marry out of my league, but she also is one of our staff members here at Wilson Avenue, and she runs a lot of the details behind the scenes. And one of the ministries that she coordinates is called the Miscare. I'm all kinds of messed ups this morning.
It's the yellow one on the screen.
It's the yellow one on the screen. Miscarriage Care Ministry. You know what's funny? I said that 1,000 times practicing this week, and here I go dropping it. Anyways, would you tell us what the Miscarriage Care Ministry is?
Yes. Can you hold this basket?
I would love to.
Oh, thank you. Okay, this ministry grew out of a need. There was a need in our church. There were women who were experiencing miscarriages, and they needed to feel loved and supported and understood. And who better to love and support them than someone who's gone through that themselves? So we have a group of women who have come together and said, we've gone through that. I was able to reach out to them because I knew parts of their story, and they came together and said, we want to be this for these women. So when we hear of a miscarriage, the women kind of pick, depending on who has a relationship with that person, they put together a basket or a box. I have most of the resources in my office, but they add to it. And this is the method that we use to be able to build a bridge and to now have a relationship with that woman who's experiencing this. So the ladies on the team, they build the basket or the box, and then they go and drop it off. And in it is a handwritten card from them sharing part of their story and letting that woman who's experienced this know that they are a resource and they are there for her if they need anything. We have an anonymous letter that I'm going to read from one of the women who have received a basket like this over the last year. So she writes, "This ministry for women is much more than someone writing a sympathy letter. It's much more than a text to say how sorry someone is for what you're going through. This ministry of women is a true community that not only sympathizes, but empathizes with you during your grief and all of the feelings you have during this time. They provide, nurture, encourage, and love you. A basket may seem like a small gesture to someone, but this basket meant so much more. It meant I was being seen. I wasn't alone in this. and it was a great reminder of God's love and how I too can use my losses to show God's love to others who struggle with loss or infertility. This act of love reminded me of one of the main purposes of the church, to do life with our fellow brothers and sisters, not just have our own separate lives throughout the week. I pray that if anyone else is going through a struggle or a loss, they too find a community of believers to love and support them in such a way I was with this ministry.
We're going to leave. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go.
We're going to leave this down front here. So after service, if you want to look at what's inside the basket, you can. And as good as the resources are inside of that basket, it's really just an opportunity. It's an opportunity to surround that grieving mother in this time of need with community so she knows she's not alone, and to build a support system around her, and to give them their phone number so that way that mother can reach out and talk on the phone or have a shoulder to cry on and a community there to rally around her. I want to say thank you for your generosity and thank you for your partnership for helping us create ministries like this for people in a time of need, to let them know that Jesus sees them. And this is one of the many ways we help people find and continue to follow Jesus here at Wilson Avenue. Okay, so Christmas offering. How does this work? Well, starting today, all the way through December 31st, the last Sunday of the year, you have the opportunity to give towards a Christmas offering. And inside your program, you're going to see a special envelope called the Christmas offering. Or if you're a digital giver and you like giving online, you could scan the QR code in the envelope and it'll take you to our website, or you can open our app. And in there, you will see a line item where you could choose the Christmas offering. And here's what my prayer and my hope is for all of you who are moved and part of Wilson Avenue and are excited what God is doing in and through our church. My prayer is that you go above and beyond your normal giving. See, my family has decided that's what we're going to do. And so we are not going to take our normal giving and split part of it off and give it to the Christmas offering, because my family's decided we want to create extra hope. And that's what this Christmas offering is all about, creating extra hope for Jesus Christ this year through our collective efforts. And so my family's going to give a personal Christmas offering on top of our normal designated giving. And that's my prayer for all of those who call themselves in for Wilson Avenue. If you're a guest here, don't feel any pressure to give. That's just for us who are all in for Wilson Avenue and excited about the mission here at our church.